Alright, this is a demonstration of covalent bonding. The most important thing to remember about covalent bonding is bonding between two nonmetals. So that's the key thing to remember. It's between two nonmetals, which is very few metals if you actually look at the periodic table. So the first thing that you need to do, just like with ionic bonding, is that you first need to draw your Lewis dot structure for both elements. So for chlorine, if I look at my periodic table, it's in group 7, which means it's going to have 7 valence electrons. So if you remember when doing Lewis dot, you need to go in a circle. You can only put one dot on each side at a time, and each side can have the most of 2 dots. So right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then this is my 7th. Same for this chlorine. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So right now both my chlorines have their Lewis dot structure. Now with the second step in covalent bonding, what we do is we show that these electrons are being shared between the two elements. So for chlorine on the left, for this one right here to be full, for it to be happy, it needs to gain an electron. However, covalent bonds don't steal electrons. What they do instead is they share. So we say that sharing is covalently caring. So what's going to happen is these two chlorines are going to share their single electrons. So now this chlorine is happy because it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 electrons, so it's full and happy. And this chlorine has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 electrons, so it's full and happy. So they're sharing those 2 electrons that have the red circle around them. Okay, so I do my Lewis dot structure, I draw my circles. The next thing I do is I rewrite it, and instead of a circle, I draw a stick. So I have Cl, a stick representing that they have a covalent bond between them, and that's it. The last step you want to do is rewrite it as a formula. So we're going to have Cl, and since there's 2 of them, we put a subscript 2. And that's it. There's no ions, so there's no charges, and that is all we need to do. Let's go ahead and try another example. This one is with oxygen and oxygen. So the first thing I'm going to do is draw my valence electrons. So if you look at the periodic table, oxygen is in group 6, so it's going to have 6 valence electrons. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This oxygen is also going to have 6 valence electrons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, for both of these atoms, neither one is happy, and both are looking to gain 2 more electrons. However, since they're both nonmetals, they're going to covalently bond, so they're going to share their electrons. So what's going to happen is this single electron is going to share with this one, and this single electron is going to share over here. So what we have now is 2 happy oxygens because both now have 8 valence electrons. Let's count. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this oxygen is happy. Now let's count this one over here on the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So now this oxygen over here is happy as well. They both have 8 valence electrons. So next I do my step 2. So I draw my stick figures for every bond I have. So since I have 2 oxygens, I draw that they have a bond. But this one's really interesting because it has 2 circles. So that means instead of just drawing 1 stick, I need to draw 2 sticks. And there are some instances where you might have to draw 3 sticks or maybe even 4 to show a triple or quadruple bond. Okay, my last step is then to rewrite it as a formula. So I have oxygen and I have 2 of them, so I have my subscript. The final example I have is for hydrogen and oxygen. Once again, I start off with my Lewis dot structure. So hydrogen, since it's in group 1, is going to have 1 valence electron. Oxygen, since it's in group 6, is going to have 6. Hydrogen is willing to share its electron, as is oxygen. So I'm going to draw a circle between them. So now my hydrogen is happy because it has 2 valence electrons, so it's full. But my oxygen still isn't quite happy because it only has 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So what I'm going to need to do is draw in another hydrogen. Now for this hydrogen, he too only has 1 valence electron. And what's going to happen is now the oxygen and this hydrogen are going to share. So now this hydrogen is happy because it has 2 valence electrons, and this oxygen is happy because it has all 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if I rewrite it as a stick structure, I have H with a bond to oxygen, which on the other side has another hydrogen. So if I rewrite the formula, I have H. There's 2 of them, so it's a subscript of 2, and O. And as hopefully you all know, this is water. And that's how we do covalent bonding.